Good morning, boys and girls. I'm so glad to be with you again today. It's the last day of the week for school, so I won't be seeing you for a while after today. Yesterday, it was Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. So today is Thursday, April 9th, 2020. I know you've been waiting for this to happen. So we are going to, we had, excuse me, 149 days. So what's today? That's right, 150. So now we have to change the tens and the ones. So today we have 150 days of school. Let's add our last cube. And count with me. 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. A look at our puzzle, and since it is 150, we're finishing a row today. Oh, there's some more of that green dinosaur. Go. All right, so let's think about 9, April 9th. And let's think first about odd or even. It's pretty easy to see today, isn't it? And this one's by itself, so that makes it what? That's right, odd. What's our missing add-in to make a 10? Pretty easy also. 9 plus 1 equals 10. All right, we're not doing our name poem till after we come back from spring break. So we're just going to jump right into reading. Make yourself comfortable because this is kind of a long book, but it's by one of our favorite authors, Jan Brett. And you know how I love the detail in Jan Brett stories. Now, if you can't see this very well, boys and girls, here's what I would ask you to do. I would go ahead and listen to me read this, but then if you're interested in the details, like in the sides of the pages, have your parents look it up on YouTube and you can see the details more closely. Because you know how we always talk about the sides telling a story. All right, this is called Jan Brett, the Easter Egg. Before I forget, I think there might be a how to draw the Easter Bunny video on Jan Brett's website. If there is, I'll put a link on it. I'll put a link to it on the schedule. Chirrup, chirrup, spring is here. Time to start on my first ever Easter egg, Hoppy said. Each year, the bunny who decorated the winning egg got to help the Easter rabbit hide the eggs on Easter morning. Hoppy had been dreaming about being that bunny all year long. Now it was time to get started. Everywhere Hoppy looked, rabbits were working on dazzling eggs. I need an amazing idea, he thought. Hoppy spotted Flora Bunny planting spring wildflowers in her eggs. The Easter rabbit will love those colorful flowers, he thought, and started picking flowers for his egg. Here's a basket for your flowers. Here's a basket for your flowers, Hoppy, Flora said. Look, they're planting flowers and eggs, and boys and girls, do you know you can actually do that? If you break open the top of an egg and put dirt in it and plant seeds in it, the eggshell actually acts as like nutrients for the soil. So that's something you can actually try at home. Chop, chop, scrape, scrape. Hoppy spied Buster Birch carving a magnificent wooden egg. I wish I had some wood for my egg, he wished out loud. Here you go, Hoppy, Buster Birch said, and he put a smooth round piece of wood in Hoppy's basket. So now he has a basket and he has some wood in it. But I don't know if you can see the bunnies working on these eggs. They're so pretty. Hoppy was hopping along when the smell of sweetness led him out of the woods and straight to the chocolate egg that Aunt Sassafras was decorating with creamy frosting squiggles and bows. "Hello, Hoppy," she said. and put some chocolate squares in his basket. Hippity hop, Hoppy exclaimed. I'll make sure the Easter rabbit, oh, I can't read today. I'll make the Easter rabbit a chocolate egg so sweet it will make his whiskers tingle. Look what he's putting in there, marshmallow peeps. This book is heavy and it's hard to hold. It's making my hands tired. Then Hoppy saw Granny Irene decorating one of her fabulous story eggs. First, she traced the design on the egg with a special tool. Then she dipped the egg in pots of yellow, green, orange, and red dye, adding to the design each time. Hoppy couldn't believe his eyes. I'll never make an egg that beautiful, he told Granny Irene. She smiled. Try, she said, giving him one of her special tools. Hoppy was hopping by Hans Vanderbilt's garden when he spotted an extraordinary egg. Hans was painting a portrait of the Easter rabbit so real that it looked alive. Fantastic, Hoppy exclaimed. Thank you, Hoppy, Hans said. Why don't you make a painting on your egg? He gave Hoppy pots of paint and a fine brush. Boys and girls, look. The bunny is wearing a red and white polka dot jacket and painting an egg to match. And this bunny is wearing a green and white striped jacket and painting an egg to match. So many details. As Hoppy bounced along, a loud boing nearly knocked him off his feet. It was a whirling, twirling mechanical egg. Whoa, Hoppy said. That's an unusual egg. Would you like to make one? Roberto asked. Hoppy tried hard, but the harder he tried, the more parts and pieces piled up around him. Thank you, Roberto, he sighed, but I think I'd better make the egg that is right for me. Boys and girls, notice these rabbits are, I think maybe carving hedgehogs in their eggs. And Jan Brett always has a hedgehog in her books, doesn't she? Or a lot of times anyway. Hoppy hopped back to the woods and lay down under a tall tree to think.